Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video called What is Kill Team? And this is a video where I will explain about the different games I play and what it's about, but just for people that maybe it's interested but they don't have knowledge or they don't know what is this game about. So it's mainly people for it's thinking about this game, but they want to have some additional information. So I will share here what I think about and what is my experience on the game and what is the game about, of course. So I hope you find it interesting, and this is really for people that is thinking about the game but is not sure if they want to start or not. So this is about Warhammer 40k Kill Team. Okay. So let's start with some basic information. So Kill Team 40k. It's a strategy skirmish game for 2 to 4 players. If you are not familiar with war games, so this is played with miniatures. Does not have a board with boxes or with places. So normally all the movements are measured with a measuring tool. And yeah, and there are some rules on how to move the miniatures, how to shoot, and how to do all the different actions. So normally each miniature have different actions to do. So here we are playing about a game where each player is leading a squad. It's called Kill Team Squad, that can be between 3 to 20 miniatures depending on the faction that you play. You play objective-based scenarios, means that in each scenario it's not just a matter of killing each other on this game, it's also a matter of achieving some objective that will depend on the scenario that you want to play. So it's not really about killing the other, it's a part of the game, it's about achieving the objectives. There are 3 ways to play in this game. So you can play open, narrative, and match play. So the open is the most casual one. Narrative is in case you want to create like a type of campaign, and match play is the competitive way to play. This is all depending on what is your objective. For friends, I think sometimes it's good to play open and narrative, and if you are planning to go to tournaments, as there is quite a healthy community and some tournaments, then you have to start learning how to do match play. The rules are the same, it's simply how the restrictions that you put are different depending if it's open, narrative, or match play. The game lasts between 30 to 60 minutes. It's quite fast. I'm talking here more games of 2 to 4 2 players. Sorry, if you play 4 players, maybe it's more. It can be longer. And yeah, what you have seen at the previous picture. So this starter kit, it includes the core rules and the rules for all the warbands that are in the game. This game have several factions or warbands, and each player can choose one of them. So we have, for example, from what is called Astra Militarum, that is regular soldiers, to super soldiers called the Space Marines, or we have some Xenos type of armies like Bugs on Tyranids, or we have like a mystic type of warbands like the Eldar. So there is quite a good choice of warbands. Each warband have different type of choices and type of units and type of weapons, what makes the game quite depth in terms of background. The starter core set also include 2 warbands. Okay, if you look here, we have the what is called the Adeptus Mechanicus against the Tau on this. Against the not Tau, against the Gerestealer Cult, what is a type of alien. So we have humans, modified humans that are mechanized humans, against a type of alien or Xenos race. What is good is a very good starting point. And they also include the terrain that you see in the picture here. So we'll include some terrain, as you will need terrain to play this game. So this will include terrain and the map. So I will say the core starter kit, it's have everything you need to play for 2 players. Okay, so you don't need really any additional thing if you just want to keep basic. So let's go first to talk about the entry point. So there are 2 ways to enter into this game. One is to buy the core set or the starter kit set that I talk about. This costing 105 euros, and you have all the rules and all what is necessary to play 2 players. Okay, you have terrain, you have the mat, you have the miniatures for 2 players. Then you can go to, you can take a different option, and if you don't like the factions that are there, you can go for the core book. Okay, you can buy the rules without the game, that is costing 32.5 euros. All my costs are in euros here. You can go to the official site to see them cost in dollars. And of course, these are the retail costs from Games Workshop. Sometimes you will find offers in other shops. And then we can buy a kill team band. You have 2 options as well to buy a kill team band. You can buy this type of kill team sets, where you have some additional rules for this kill team, little pieces of terrain sometimes, and a type of warband. This is costing normally 50 euros, or you can buy just the miniatures, because all the rules you need to play these miniatures are in the core manual. So you can buy just the miniatures, and you can spend, will go around 30 euros. So if you don't want to buy the core set, you can expect to spend between 65 to 85 euros, depending in what direction you want to go. Okay, so it's quite, compared to other war games, it's quite affordable entry point. Be aware that all the miniatures and all the terrain are coming here are unpainted, so you will need to paint them. I'm not including here the tools, the paints that you need to paint and assemble these miniatures. Okay, this is something that you have to take into account. That you will need at least some glue and a clippers to assemble them and start playing. Okay, the game also have several expansions, and I will group the expansions in mainly 3 types of expansions. So we have the kill zones, and there are 3 or 4 kill zones, and we are talking here November 2018, so this can change in future. We have the kill zones, what are like a type of scenarios where you will have another map and additional terrain. So what can add variety if you want to change the scenario of war that you are playing. Then you have the kill teams, that is what I showed before. Okay, these are a type of kill team expansion. Okay, and then you have another special expansion that is called the Rock Trader. Okay, that this is indeed this is 2 kill teams plus a kill zone is what you see here. So it's a different kill zone played inside of a spaceship. There is another one on the other side. All these wars are double-sided, so you will have one scenario on one side and a different scenario on the other side. Have not as much terrain as this one, because it's like a type of a spaceship. And then you have 2 warbands. In this case, you will have the Rock Trader warband, and you will have, it's called the Elysian Riders thing, and then you have the darker ones. Okay, you have 2 warbands here. And then there is another expansion that is called Commanders, where you can add super big bosses on your warband. So this is an expansion that can add to the core rules. Okay, additional rules to add these big bosses, and you will have commander miniatures or commander starter kits or commander sets. We'll say not starter kits, commander sets, where you can buy this thing where you have the miniature plus some tokens and cards for this miniature. Okay, so the commanders is really optional, and some tournaments will forbid, and some tournaments will allow commanders. So all depends on the tournament. If you go to the match play, you have to understand if in your area is play commanders. If you are just friends playing in the in the basement, you can decide yourself if you want to go for commanders or not. Again, one commander would have the rules for all the commanders that you can play in this game. So you will have the rules for all the commanders for all the different factions. Again, I'm talking here November 2018. This can change in the future if they launch more supplements. What are the pros? What are the things and the benefits I think on this game compared to other games? So the entry level is quite easy, it's quite affordable, and it's not very complex. Even if you need to pay to assemble, the amount of miniatures and investment of time is quite low compared to other games. Also, it's an easy game for demonstrations. As the core set includes 2 warbands, it's quite easy to introduce other players to this game. So you don't need a big investment, you just play by the core starter set, and for that you have rules for 2 players. If you have another player coming, just this, most likely will not need even to buy the core book. If you are just friends and you can share the core book between the friends, you only need to invest on the kill team that can be between 30 to 50 euros. Okay, So it's quite easy, and it's quite easy to introduce other people. The basic rules are also quite easy, and on top they can be scalable. You can scale the rules to add complexity. So you can start playing with very basic rules, and just to put as a example, I play this with my kids, with my older kid, and I really went to very basic rules, and with these basic rules we were able to have fun time. Okay, so you don't need to go to the most complex. Of course, there are more complex rules that you can add, and depending on the tournaments, most likely they will add all the rules. So you will need to add the complexity, but you can start quite easily. The game is fairly balanced. Okay, this is very typical from wargaming. So if you play wargames, especially for DK, you have seen that there are armies that are stronger than others. The game, I will say, is quite balanced between factions. So if you play one faction or the other, is quite. I think it's going to be fairly balanced, and you will not see. Some factions can be a little bit stronger than others, but you don't be a faction that have not any opportunity. Okay. And then there is a good number of choices and options, and can be played on regular tables. Okay, this is a quite can look quite stupid, but sometimes war games are asking for big tables. This game can be played on quite a small, easy table. Okay, what makes it easier in case you want to organize tournaments or you want to play at home. What are the cons I see here? So if you buy a kill team or a squad, not all the options are normally available. So you will need, with these 30 euros, you will have enough to play, but you will not have all the options that you will like. So if you need additional options, most likely you will need to go to the second-hand market to find some bits and parts, or exchange with some friends bits of the game, of the equipment, to be able to do that. Or you can do conversions yourself, depending on everyone. But even if you buy a kill team, most likely you will not have all the options in terms of type of miniatures that you can have and a type of equipment. So this is something that you have to be aware. Another thing that can be difficult and overwhelming when you go to tournaments is remembering all the stratagems. There are a lot of stratagems. This is part of the rule. So these are rules that you can activate, special rules. So when you go to the most complex parts, it can be difficult to remember all the different options that you have, and you will forget some things. So this is can be sometimes overwhelming, but you have to be prepared for that as well. And then it needs some preparation as assembly and painting. And for me, this is not a con per se, but I wanted to put here because it's some investment that you have to do before playing. So you have to assemble. You can, or not paint, but at least you have to assemble the miniatures and the terrain if you want to play. So conclusion, for me, I think it's an excellent game to get introduced to war games. It's a low-scale war game, and also is a very nice way to get introduced to Warhammer 40k and the background. The game remains quite very balanced between factions and is adding a lot of variety. I think you have a lot of options, so it's very difficult to get bored of the game. You always can expand, and there is quite limitless ways to expand this game, so it's quite interesting. As well, always play with a small code of miniatures. There is a healthy community right now, and there is quite some tournaments. So also look in your country or in your area if there are tournaments, but normally there are some tournaments going on, campaigns. There are rules for campaign, there are rules for tournaments, and there are rules just for open games. As I said, it's quite the community is quite healthy at this moment. And games are not very long and can be played on normal tables. I think this is also very important to take into account. So you can play between 30 to 60 minutes. What makes tournaments very interesting because you can play several rounds in one tournament, or you can make a tournament in the half day. So this is quite a nice game to get introduced. And this is all my overview about Warhammer 40k Kill Team. So yeah. Please give a like if you have liked this video. Let me know what do you think about Kill Team. Leave in the opinion below what do you think about Kill Team and what if you play this game. And if you don't play, if it looks interesting for you or not, I'm looking forward to see your comments. Give a like if you have liked this video, as I said. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.